Hello, everybody. Welcome to the City of Sweetwater Special Commission meeting. Meeting date Tuesday, March 15th, 2016 at 7 p.m. Please note at 7 p.m. Commission Chambers, 500 Southwest 109 Avenue. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Clerk will note the absence of President Diaz
Please stand for
And
the
Commissioner
Amita
Suarez.
Suarez.
and Commissioner Suarez.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Lord, please help us to make wise decisions. Please take care of those that are infirmed and in need in our city. Take care of our military that's providing freedom for all of us abroad and at home. In your name we pray. Amen.
Clerk will note the arrival of Commissioner
Amita Suarez también.
Suarez. The addition, yes.
Okay, do we have any public comments? Anybody who wishes to speak?
I believe we do.
You have to come up here, dear.
Please give us your name and address for the record.
Hello, my name is Carolina Alvarez. I live in 9410 West Flagler Street, apartment 301. I mainly want to talk about how sometimes when it starts raining a lot in my complex, every time I try to leave my house, there's a huge like puddle of water, and like maybe it's not like it's probably sewage problems going on in my complex, and sometimes I can't even like go to my car. But I wanted to like see if there was a way maybe we can work on the problems on.
Give me 1 second. Can I, your address was 9410?
Yeah,
You don't live in Sweetwater?
I don't.
No,
No.
no.
I know that.
You're about a mile outside of Sweetwater. Sweetwater boundaries end on 102nd Avenue.
Oh because I used to live in Sweetwater, but I moved over there. But I used to live by Paul Bell, sort of.
That's not Sweetwater.
That's not Sweetwater either.
No. Are you sure?
If you like Sweetwater,
But if you'd
Sweetwater,
like,
you can move it.
if you move it back in. But if you'd like, you can give your name and address to the city clerk, and we'll pass it on to the county commissioner of your district, and let them know that you have some needs there.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
If you like, before you leave,
9410 West Flagler Street. but
Olga
not-
Hernandez works for County Commissioner Jose Diaz, and that's his district. You can,
That's so.
94th
No,
either?
I think it's Soto's.
Where does he end?
No.
Where does he end on?
Javier Soto.
What's your
He doesn't make it then? Oh, you start on 102? Okay, so that's Soto. That's Commissioner Soto's district.
No. It's great that you come to
Yeah,
talk about it.
we'll call Commissioner Soto's office tomorrow and give them your name and address.
Olga, I thought you guys made it all the way to 87th.
No. Okay, item 5. We're gonna be pulling that out, Mayor? or-
Well, you gotta read it for the record.
Okay, a resolution of the mayor and the city commission of the city of Sweetwater, Florida, authorizing the sale of 5 parcels of city-owned real property to Dolph 17 LLC, approving sales contract, authorizing the appropriate city officials to close the sale, and providing an effective date.
Through the chair. Commissioner Burrion, the owner of Dolph 17, Philip Solomon, has had communication with the city where he has decided to not close on the contract. He will forfeit his deposit of $10,000. So this item, this resolution actually has to be, it's no good. It's going to be pulled from the agenda.
Okay,
Mr. President,
item 5 is out, Commissioner?
in this moment I say, Manny Moroño, thank you. Thank you. Very clear when they buy this for my city. Mayor Manny Moroño. Wow. Isolina. You don't remember when they buy?
Yeah,
You small, it's okay, pero it's recognized.
yeah, thank you.
That's it.
Okay, item 6, a resolution of the mayor and the city commission of the city of Sweetwater, Florida, authorizing the sale of certain real property to Daniel Casco, approving sales contract, authorizing the appropriate city officials to close the sale, and providing an effective date. Mayor?
Okay, on this parcel of land, Daniel Casco was the highest bidder, I believe, at $157,200. He's been the most responsible bidder, so by this resolution authorizes me to have a closing on this parcel of land.
Move. Second.
Moved by Commissioner Barreto, second by Commissioner Duazo. Let's take a roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Morano?
Yes.
Commissioner Suarez?
I'm going to give you my vote, but before I give you my vote, I don't feel good about selling assets of the city. It reminds me when a homeowner have to do a garage sale to pay the mortgage at the end of the month. I would have been much happier if instead of selling, we would be acquiring more assets. But that's not the situation that we have in front of us today. So my vote has to be yes.
Thank you. Commissioner Duazo?
Yes.
Commissioner Barreto?
Yes.
Commissioner Yanyo?
Yes.
Vice President Bergenyon?
Yes. Passes. Okay,
6-0.
item 7, discussion on decorative light posts on 107th Avenue, FDOT widening. Mayor?
This item was, we discussed this at the last commission meeting, that the city had upfronted the expense of the decorative blue light post on 107th Avenue about 2 years ago. I believe to the tune of about $139,000. When DOT bid out the project, it was going to cost us about $80,000 additionally. After the last meeting when we said we denied spending those extra monies and we asked to have those monies refunded, DOT came back and said that they would absorb the other $80,000, but I still think that and it would only cost us $139,000 that we had previously committed. But being in the situation that we are right now, those monies were paid by road and transportation impact fees. I still feel, and I hope that my colleagues on the commission feel as well, that those monies would be much better spent on other projects in the city rather than decorative blue light posts on 107th Avenue.
Is that something that, for sure, when we did the last meeting, then that
Correct.
money is supposed to come back to us?
Correct. The last meeting was decisive, return our monies.
Okay.
You know, as I mentioned to you before the meeting, I didn't necessarily have to bring this back to commission, but I didn't want anybody to say it in the future. Well, we were given the option of getting the light poles for the same monies that we had already committed when they had offered to not charge us the extra $80,000 or so. I wanted to make sure that it's a collective decision on everybody's part.
Well, since it's discussion, is really what options do we have as far as any kind of letting the mayor know how we,
You have a directive that was given to administration last meeting, and that is basically to go ahead and recover the money that the city had provided FDOT. At this point, the same issue is before you. You could either have that directive stand, which I believe is a recommendation of the mayor. You can go ahead and direct administration to move forward with the blue post, as since FDOT is going to go ahead and provide the balance of the cost. Those basically are the two options that you have before you, and it's by motion, by adopting a motion that either directive can be rendered to administration.
and Mayor, how much money is gonna be saved?
We will have about $139,000 refunded from FDOT.
The exact amount is $137,940. That's how much we gave them as part of the agreement to get those posts. If I may, just to say a couple of words on the facts, just when this all happened, obviously, because we took, it was unanimous to get the money back on that Monday, last week's commission meeting. And then the following day is when the project manager, who's dealing with the widening project at FDOT, he basically said, we've looked at the numbers and so forth, and we realize it's, in the best interest of the project to pay for it, because two things he said would happen. One is, it would just cost us more money to wait and, basically not to do the project and not get the poles in, because they'd have to redesign, is basically what he was saying, because they were designed for the blue post. That's one fact. And basically it would also delay the project from starting. It's supposed to start I believe in June of this year or shortly thereafter, because they're pretty much ready to go. So I just wanted to point that out, because the overall project between Flagler and A Street is about, he told me $19 million. So they didn't want to have to go, they're going to have to rebid this project out, unfortunately, if we take it back. I just wanted to point that out there. I mean, I just wanted to put all the facts out there.
And these poles are just the first 5 here?
It's
Like
the
all-
tall 30-footers.
Right, but I mean, it's just the first 5, it's not all the way down to.
No, it's supposed to be, I think, like almost 20 poles. It's 20 poles from
20
Flagler
poles.
to A Street. But what happens now is they would have to redesign, because the same, they don't have the same luminescence that they would have with the standard poles. So they would have to go back and redesign, and that's why it would get delayed, because, the poles aren't going to be located in the same places that the blue posts and so forth, based on the lighting design.
Okay, does anybody have any questions or make a motion?
Again, through the chair,
Sir?
what I would recommend is that for the commission to want the decision that was taken at the last meeting to stand, where we stand that we are not going to pay the extra monies, or let's have the regular polls, but let's get our $139,000 back, which could be better used in other projects.
Anybody? Have a motion? I think, from what I'm seeing, I think it's probably best to maybe defer to the next meeting where we have more time to look at exactly,
Yes.
because like maybe the amount of polls or the amount of,
Well, they were asking for a decision last week on Tuesday.
Yeah, they are rushing. I don't know how fast, but
We can't keep deferring this.
Yeah.
And if I may, if you do not have any
Any
other
action.
motions at this point,
It
the
reverts back
motion
to
from your last meeting stands,
Stands.
and the directive stands. So,
Mr. President, what is your recommendation? What do you think is best for our city or
Well, I think this is.
project?
I really believe this is similar to what Mr. Suarez said, and when it comes to the status of the city, I mean, in my opinion, it just depends. I mean, it would be nice, it would be great, to have an asset or have nice light poles, but it just depends on the finances. So that's why I really am just presenting the facts, but, and it's sad too, because it's not like a win-win, it's like a win-lose, because in a way we are, spending taxpayers' money. We're gonna lose, or the FDOT's gonna lose because they spent money and now they're gonna have to redesign. So one way, whichever, there's gonna be some loss there.
So what do you mean redesign the project? It will be more delay?
Yeah, for the project to physically start,
that's if they redesign it, they
Yeah.
might just say,
They may just go ahead forward with it just
and,
like
and who
that.
knows, we make the decision now and they might just say, here's your money back,
They'll delete the lights and everything just to move forward.
right,
I mean, that could happen by all means.
okay, so we have a motion or no?
I have a question. Let me just make this clear. What the city attorney just mentioned is that on the last meeting, didn't we all agree?
Correct.
The money
Yes.
to be refunded, so it's gonna be standing, what we said last meeting.
Yes, but
Correct.
what the mayor did is I think he brought it back to us after he spoke to them and, voiced their concerns so that he can, be clear with the commission that this is what's gonna happen.
Clarify the situation with this, but as it is, in the previous meeting, we all
Right,
went for it, so
Yeah.
regardless, we have to go for it.
right, so we have a motion.
Through the chair.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so the only difference from tonight to the previous meeting is the possible delay of the project. Because
Correct,
they probably had to put more than 20 poles.
correct,
Because the intensity of the light may not be the same,
correct.
but we passed it last meeting.
Correct.
And this is another occasion where we just have to bite the bullet and pay for what happened before. All of us here today,
Right.
officials, citizens, mayor, commissioners, everybody. We are paying for what happened before. So we have to bite the bullet. I move.
I think,
But what you gotta understand is, we're taking the money back, we're not paying.
Right.
Yeah, we're recovering some money.
we got
Correct.
the money.
Yeah,
Okay.
aren't we selling a lot for almost $2 million?
Right, right.
We are recovering, we are liquidating the land and recovering the money too, right?
Okay.
We are in the recovery mode.
Yes, and I agree with that too. We are in the recovery mode.
Okay,
So-
do
So I
a
second
motion
that.
by Commissioner Suarez,
Second by me.
second by Commissioner
Yeah, that's it.
Barreto and
yes.
Yaño.
Is the motion?
A motion to,
Just to state the nature, the nature of the motion.
the motion to,
To go ahead and not do the better poles, the more
Actually,
beautiful
it's
To,
poles.
money.
it's just to let the
Previous
last
director
motion, the motion at the last meeting stand.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, to let the motion of the last meeting stand tonight again, right? Is that what it is?
Correct.
Exactly.
that's legally, okay. So I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Do I have a motion for adjournment?
Second?
Okay, all in favor? Say
Aye.
And it's already 7:15, so you can start the other one already.
Okay, we're going to our emergency commission meeting, 7:15 PM. Same place, Commission Chambers, 500 Southwest 109 Avenue. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Clerk will note the absence of President Diaz.
Okay, we'll forego the Pledge of Allegiance and invocation, we already did it.
Through the chair,
Yes, sir.
Madam Chair, you noted me that I came about a minute late, right?
Yes.
For the previous meeting.
Yes.
Thank you. I just want to get the credit.
Okay, do we have any public comments? Item 4,
Please.
come up, please. Give us your name and address for the record.
Hello,
Hi, how are you?
good evening. My name is Cynthia Zambrano. You need my address?
Yes, for the record.
10050 Southwest 2nd Street. Good. Okay, so my concern was that on my street, lately there has been a lot of individuals who have been speeding, and it's a concern because in my neighborhood there's a lot of older people and they're usually walking in their wheelchairs, or I'm just concerned because on the other side of my street there's a lot of younger people, and they're fast cars and they're like speeding. So I just wanted to know if it was possible to get like a speed limit sign somewhere along my street, because and it's also at late at night, like 1-2 in the morning, a lot of people are racing with their cars, and it's a big concern of mine. So
What was your address again?
10050 Southwest
2nd Street?
2nd Street, yes. So basically, a traffic sign, speed limit sign would be a big help.
That's also outside.
That's also out of Sweetwater.
Is it?
Yeah, Sweetwater limit starts on 102nd Avenue.
I live on 102nd Avenue.
You live on 100th Avenue, but that's the person you need to speak to there. Oh, that's right, you start on 102nd Avenue. We already discussed that. Yeah.
So I'm okay?
Sweetwater starts on 102nd Avenue.
Okay, I knew. I was born and raised in Sweetwater, but okay, I'm pretty sure.
Commissioner Soto's district.
All right, okay.
Well, the city clerk will get in contact with them and let them know you're,
All right.
and if you'd like, you can give her your phone number or something that way.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but I wrote down your address also. I'll email the commissioner as
Okay,
well.
perfect.
Okay.
7230-6938.
What is a lot of people wanting things to work.
Say what? That's nice.
Solve the flooding problem.
We'll let Commissioner Soto know.
Thank you for coming. Okay, item 5, a resolution of the mayor and the city commission of the city of Sweetwater, Florida, authorizing the sale of 5 parcels of city-owned real property to Rems Group, Inc., and/or assigns, approving sales contract, authorizing the appropriate city officials to close the sale, and approving an effective date.
Hey, through the chair, Commissioner Briand, as stated in the previous meeting, the previously most responsive bidder, Dolph 17, turned out to be a non-responsive bidder by deciding to not proceed forward with its closing. By doing so, the second most responsible bidder is Rems Group with an offer of $2,842,000, and by this resolution, it authorizes my office to proceed closings on the parcels.
Move. Second.
If I can, I got a motion by Commissioner Barreto, second by Yanyo. I just have a question to make sure, what legally, everything's been cleared as far as the payments, the signed papers, the whole thing, everything is good that we know of.
I would defer administration, they conducted the due diligence on these transactions.
Yes, the first buyer, Dolph 17, submitted a deposit of $10,000. Obviously, we already deposited those monies. He emailed Ralph, I believe, yesterday. Ralph will conclude.
If I may.
Yes, sir.
Indira received a telephone call to my office, I believe it was very late last week, from a gentleman claiming to represent the buyer in the Dolph 17 company. The phone message said that they needed to cancel a deal for a variety of reasons. We then attempted to contact the telephone number that we were given with the Dolph 17 bid package. That Indira then left a voicemail at that number because nobody had answered, and then the person who returned the call was the same person who told us before that he represents the Dolph 17 and so forth. I spoke to him, and I said, well, we need it in writing. We need representation in writing that you represent this entity and that they're not going through with the closing. We got that yesterday via email. I'm satisfied that it's fine. I could forward it to council if you would like me to, but I'm satisfied that it's fine. And with regard to the legal documentation for the REM group, the bid package contained the contract that has already been signed by the REM group, and all it needs is the authorization of the commission for the mayor to go ahead and sign it. That contract kicks off a series of standard closing dates and timeframes, and I believe it's got a closing date within 60 days.
Okay. So we got a motion by Commissioner Barreto and second, Mr. Gual.
If I may, just for purposes of a complete record, the resolution states that not only Exhibit A, which is the legal description of the properties, but also the sales contract with Rents Group is incorporated. So it's not in the packet right now. So I suggest that we can go ahead and get the contract so we can have a complete set of documents for this resolution, set of attachments for
Val
this
has it in the
resolution.
clerk's office.
Through the chair.
Okay, yes, sir, Mr.
Yeah, Mayor, what is the street address, avenue and street of that 5 parcels?
Roughly 110th Avenue, Northwest 7th Street. 17th Street is correct, the roughly 110th Avenue.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. I'd like to have a roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Suarez?
Sorry, but I have to repeat the same thing on the previous vote of the smaller parcel. With great pain, because I wish instead of liquidating assets, this city would be acquiring assets. But we are in the situation where we need this money, and I say this so everybody can hear it, including our residents and citizens. We have to do this to be able to pay our bills. With great pain, my vote is yes.
Commissioner Duazo?
Yes.
Commissioner Barreto? Yes, I would like to state also, like it says Mr. Suarez, very sad in order to sell this piece of property. There's no way that we can do a balanced budget or try to be what we are before. So that's the reason my vote is yes. Commissioner Yanyo?
Yes, we have no choice.
Commissioner Morano?
Yes.
Vice President Bergenyan?
Before I vote, I just want to say that I defer. I mean, I don't agree with that. I don't think that if everything would have, if we wouldn't have had this political upheaval and all this thing that was happening here, I don't think that we would have come to the point where we would have sold this property, which is a gem. But with that being said, my vote is yes. So the resolution passes. And we go to item 6, adjournment. Moved by Commissioner Barreto, second by
Second.
Commissioner Yanyo and Suarez. All in favor?
Aye.
Good night, everyone.